winners out there. Fuck you. This is not a fucking hobby. You're listening to the most non-relevant, relevant sports show on the internet. He's a combat veteran turned entrepreneur turned sports journalist. And she has an IQ higher than your entire family combined. It's the S3, and it starts right now.
What's going on, everybody? You are listening to the S3. I am JD. She is Miss Lady M. And according to our latest poll, there is at least one 2-0 team out there that'll definitely not make the playoffs. Stick around to find out who. There's a few of them. The answer that came up on the poll was a little different than what I was expecting. So we'll go over that here when we touch on the NFL. First off, congratulations to, me for winning the S3's Golden Bragger Award for the NFL Week 2 Pick 6 locks. I went 5-1 to come back from a horrible Week 1 when I just drank a lot and tried to pick stupid picks. It didn't work. 2 of them, 2 out of the 6 worked. But other than that, let's kick it off. Speaking of drinking, what are we drinking today? What do you got?
I have Psycho Cider flavored Liquid Death.
Psycho Cider flavored Liquid Death. I've got the Paulaner Pils, the German beer that you picked up for me last week. It was so good, I decided to go ahead and do it again. Paulaner Pils. There you go. Anybody a fan of German beer? Let us know. Let us know in the comments what's going on. All right. Speaking of comments, I mean we're on Twitch at the S3 with JD. We're on the S3 3562 on YouTube, and we're on the S3 podcast on Facebook. So live on 3 different channels at one time. It's amazing. Hey, before we get started though, really quick, sports fans, are you in the market for a new used vehicle? Maybe, just maybe, it's time to upgrade that ride. Get something more reliable for the family, or finally treat yourself to that dream car. Whatever the reason, there's only one person to see. That's Mr. Kevin Moore at Liberty Buick. Kevin and his team have the best selection of new and used cars, trucks, and SUVs, along with the unbeatable deals and top-notch service. No hassle, no stress, just great vehicles at a great price. So don't wait. Head down to Liberty Buick and ask for Kevin Moore today. Tell him JD sent you. I was going to ask him to be on the show today.
Yeah.
But his team hasn't won a game yet. So I don't know.
If we're waiting for his team to win a game, he might not get on this season.
I don't know what's going to happen next week. Oh, shots fired.
All right, good.
Right there. All right, let's jump into it. What is first?
Headlines and horrible dad jokes.
All right, the headlines may or may not be horrible. The dad jokes, well, they definitely are. Let's start with headline number 1. We should call this, we should bring back our idiot move or our douchebag move or whatever
Asshole
we want to call it of the week.
whatever.
Asshole of the week. So this one's just stupid. It's a stupid move. Kyler Murray has posted saying he's sorry for the post with a Michael Vick jersey and a bulldog. So everybody knows about Michael Vick, what he did with dogs, right?
Uh-huh.
Everybody knows. He posted a picture of himself in a Michael Vick jersey
with a dog,
with his pit bull. He's got 2 of them.
Right.
And he's come out and he said, obviously, I love dogs. I've got 2 of them. They are my world, so on and so forth. I didn't expect the reaction. I'm like, what exactly did you expect?
He didn't.
You know how many other jerseys there are you could have taken a picture with your bulldog in?
He doesn't think. Why has he even got a Michael Vick jersey? I know Michael Vick was a good player, but come on now.
He's done a lot since getting out of prison. He has. He's absolutely done a lot. He's reformed himself. I am in favor of a lot of people, not all people, getting second chances. And Michael Vick's done his duty to actually come back.
Put in the work to earn the right to a second chance, then yes.
But come on, man. If you're going to take a picture in a football jersey with a bulldog, why did you choose Michael Vick's jersey? Come on, man. He pulled the post down, said he was sorry. So I think it's the last time we can talk about that. He is the owner of two beautiful looking bulldogs. So it is what it is. With that, let's bring on the first joke. Hey, real quick, what's blue and not very heavy?
I don't know.
That would be light blue.
Oh.
Yeah. Headline number 2. Headline number 2. Kansas and Arizona State football are in discussions about moving next season's matchup to London's
Wembley
Stadium.
Sources college football.
ESPN on Thursday. Yeah. Well, they've had college football, like Notre Dame played in Ireland.
Okay.
So there is that. So it can definitely happen, would be cool, pretty cool. Yeah, I think it would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right. So my landlord told me that we need to talk about the heating bill. I said, sure, my door is always open. That
would be the AC bill.
That deserves. Thank you. All right. Moving on. The Commanders' return to Washington is finally official as the District of Columbia Council voted in favor of the measure once more, an expected outcome given its vote more than a month ago. This is an almost $3 billion deal. The council voted 7-2 on Wednesday to approve the RFK Stadium project, allowing it to return to the site it called home for more than 3 decades. It currently play at Northwest Stadium, formerly FedEx Field, where they've been from 97 to 2024. In Landover, Maryland, which has been their home since 1997, just 9 miles away from the current RFK project.
That's got to be exciting.
That's pretty cool.
For the team, but also for the fans to have them back in the area where they always were.
Apparently, about every 25 to 30 years, they just move. So, welcome back. Welcome back. All right. What show's that from?
Welcome back, Carter.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, that was pretty much a gimme. Just a heads up. There are no real gimmies on Nailed It when we play later on.
Yeah.
So my friend claims that he glued himself to his autobiography. I don't believe him, but that's his story, and yes, he's sticking to it. Thank you. All right. Headline number 4. The Army-Navy game will be honored as a recipient of the 2025 National Football Foundation's Distinguished American Award, the NFF announced on Wednesday in conjunction with the College Hall of Fame. The prestigious award recognizes an outstanding person or entity who has maintained a lifetime of interest in the game and, over a long period of time, has exhibited enviable. I'm the one that's drinking, ladies and gentlemen. Leadership qualities and made a significant contribution to the betterment of amateur football in the United States. The Army-Navy game was first played on November 29th, 1890, remains one of college football's oldest and most storied rivalries. Yeah. The official recognition is December 9th during the 67th NFF Annual Awards Dinner presented by Las Vegas at the Bellagio Resort and Casino.
Go Army, beat Navy.
Go Army,
really
beat Navy.
Cool.
There are no.
That is such a big game. Like it's almost at big game level, big for college football in its own way.
Well, it's got its own day.
It's got its own everything.
For that level, there are Division 2. For Division 1, that is the only game that's played on that day. We need to go to that. I want to take you to the game. The thing about an Army-Navy game is it's about a 7 to 8 hour process, because if you want to catch the walk-on, you got to be like in your seats about 4 hours prior.
Yeah.
Because in case you didn't know, the military kind of wakes up early.
Hurry up and wait.
You should know that. I definitely know that being an Army veteran. You're
Hurry
a
up and
former
wait.
spouse. So, yep, hurry up
Gotta
and
be
wait.
30 minutes early to be early.
Hey, real quick. What do you call a sad cup of coffee?
I have no idea.
That would be a depresso.
A depresso.
A depresso. Can I get one more time? One more time. Come on. Thank you. Thank you.
Your
Love
applause.
it. Thank you. Oh, wait. Is there more? Oh, there could be. No, that's it. All right. Moving on. What's next?
NFL Week 3 schedule.
That's what we got going on. I knew we had something like that. So anyway, started off telling you about the poll that we ran. Which 2-0 team is most likely, or I should say least likely, to make the playoffs next season? You got Arizona, you got the 49ers, you got Cincinnati, and you got Indianapolis. Who do you think they picked as the least likely team to make the playoffs? Which 2-0 team least likely to make the playoffs? San Francisco, Arizona, Cincinnati, or Indianapolis?
Are you going with Cincinnati? Because I would have figured the Colts.
Really?
Yeah.
No, the Colts have a much weaker division. I thought they were going to say Arizona because you've got the Rams, you've got Seattle,
Right.
you've got the Niners. Yeah, they're saying Cincinnati, and it's most likely it's because of Joe Burrow's injury.
Oh,
He's
that's
out
a
for
good
a while.
point. I didn't really.
So
My brain hasn't fully registered that that's a thing that happened yet. And he is basically the reason that team does well when it does well. So,
all right, so let's run down the schedule.
Right.
Then we'll do our pick 6 locks of the week, followed by DFS and Stardom Situm. All right, so let's run down the schedule. Tonight is the 0-3, 0-2, soon to be 0-3 Miami Dolphins at the Buffalo Bills. There is no chance in hell.
no, the Bills are on fire after they came back with that fourth quarter magic they pulled in their first game, week 1.
Yeah, they're still going. There's
no
still pretty
way the Dolphins are going to stand in their way. There's just
people that have Josh Allen on their
None.
fantasy teams, like this guy right here, are pretty happy with what he's been doing.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I know people are saying, but you're wearing a Patriots hat. Look, when it comes to winning money, like all that's out the window.
Right.
All that's out the window.
A separate case from your fandom.
If I have Aaron Judge on my MLB DFS team and it's to win $1 million friggin' dollars and he hits 6 home runs, I will definitely be buying his freaking jersey as a Red Sox fan. Absolutely. If it helps me win, 100%. If it's just to go watch the game and cheer for your team, I'm a diehard Sox fan. That's just how it is.
Yeah.
All right. I have 2 favorite baseball teams. It's the Boston Red Sox and anybody that beats the freaking Yankees.
Yeah.
All right, back to football. So that's the Thursday night game. Sunday's early games kicks off with the Packers at 2-0 visiting Mr. Kevin Moore's Cleveland Browns, who are 0-2.
Yeah, they're looking pretty rough this season.
They're definitely going to be looking pretty rough, because they got the dog pound and everything rough. Get it? Shout out to Ruff at Arizona, by the way. RuffAZ.com. RUFF. Check them out. Great people. Great people. Awesome people. Probably never heard of them. All right. Next up, the Colts at 2-0. Danny Dimes is, after he gets basically kicked off the New York Giants,
Right.
they decided they didn't love him anymore, and they brought in Russell freaking Wilson. He went to Indy and is like, so this is what a real team looks like.
Right.
I can do a lot with this.
Well, the Giants are notorious for letting go of people that blow it up the second they hit a new team.
And it looks like they should be 3-0 as they go on to take on the lowly Titans at 0-2 in Tennessee. I do not see this week being the week that the Titans get their first win. All right. Next up, the Bengals at 2-0 are at the Vikings 1-1. Both starting quarterbacks are hurt.
Right. But that actually puts them on even ground a little bit.
Not really. It tips a little bit more towards the Bengals in favor because the starting running back for the Vikings is also out. I'll talk about their backup here in a second.
Okay.
You got the Steelers at 1-1 at the Patriots, also 1-1. This can be a tough test for the Pats. Real tough test.
It is. I'd like to see us win it, obviously.
Obviously, yes. I'll take that.
Yeah,
it's gonna be tough.
They're gonna have to work for it.
They will definitely have to work for it. And again, my love can be bought. So there may be a player or a unit that I may be cheering for this weekend on the Steelers. I'm just saying. Stay tuned. All right, next up, Rams 2-0. Is that the next one on the list? Yep.
Yeah, Rams Eagles
2-0 at the Eagles, also 2-0. It's gonna be a good game.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a good game.
Very competitive.
I like it. There are parts on this defense, on both defenses, where the other offense can take advantage, but for the most, both of these defenses are pretty solid. So I don't think I put him on the start him, sit him, but Kyron Williams, you should probably sit him this week for the Rams at running back. So we'll see. The Jets, Jets, suck. Oh, it's at the Buccaneers 2-0. All the hype and everything around this team every single year since Namath went and played with the Steelers.
Yeah.
Like they just haven't done anything.
Yeah.
They haven't done anything. Like everybody's like, well, the Patriots have been, winless in 5 years. I'm like, how many other teams would take just 5 years?
Right.
One of them right here in the Valley.
Right.
For all of their teams, as a matter of fact, here in the Valley.
Yeah. That's
all right. Truth. Next up, the Raiders 1-1 at the Commanders, also 1-1. Jaden Daniels is practicing, but he is still questionable for the game against the Raiders at home. By the way, I still like the Commanders in that one.
Yeah.
Regardless.
Yeah.
All right.
It should be. But the Raiders look a little bit different this year than I expected them to. Not in a bad way, just different.
Yeah, they look. They got a new quarterback, new running back, new head coach, a couple new wide receivers.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll see.
Maybe they'll surprise us.
The Falcons 1-1 at the Panthers 0-2. I could probably say that the Falcons are going to win this game, but Panthers defense is not bad. They're not bad.
Yeah.
So it kind of all depends on which way you're leaning on that one. I don't know. I may take a week one, I'm a dumbass, upset pick on my locks and take Carolina. I don't know. Let's see how many more sips of this I take before we make our locks. All right. Remember, I won last week. I'm just saying. 5-1 with the same beer. So it's just like, when I'm on a winning streak on DFS, like I don't even wash my underwear. You don't know. But like I know. So like I'm not superstitious, but I'm a little stitious. Okay? Just a little stitious. So you got to keep things going the way they are. We got the Texans 0-2 badly needing a win.
Mm-hmm.
Do not want to start 0-3. Downside is this is not a good matchup with the Jacksonville Jaguars 1-1. No, Trevor Lawrence has looked pretty gosh darn good coming out the gate. As long as he can stay healthy, I'm not saying they're going to give the Colts a run in the AFC South, but they may give the Colts a run in the AFC South. So it just kind of depends where you're at. Where do you think? Let us know in the comments, depending on where you're listening or watching from. We got like multiple parts. We got Facebook going on. We got Twitch going on. We got StreamYard going on. And we got YouTube going on.
Yeah.
It's all going on right here. All right. What else is going on? So we got the Broncos at 1-1 at the Chargers 2-0. This is going to be a good matchup for that Broncos defense. But I think that you getting that feedback?
No.
A little bit. Okay. Oh, it's gone. Okay. I think the Chargers will pull this off. They're at home. They'll go 3-0. I think they're trying to kind of put their stake in this division early with the Chiefs struggling as well. And I'm not buying in on Pete Carroll and the Raiders just yet, even though they did beat our Patriots, but it was week 1, and stupid things happen in week 1 until you actually have film on a team that you can watch and study, and then all of a sudden they can't score. So there is that. I think the Chargers could win this division actually easily this year.
Yeah.
All right. We got the Saints 0-2 at the Seahawks 1-1. Look for a big weekend for our buddy up there, Jackson Smith and Jigba. I don't even know if he watches the show, but I know his brother pretty well. So hopefully he actually watches the show. Or maybe he doesn't, because we're actually not the only team, the only show that talks NFL football, believe it or not.
Right.
All right. So the Cowboys at 1-1, very easy game. I see this being as a very easy game at the Bears 0-2. However, I will say this, Caleb Williams should have a pretty good fantasy weekend, but that defense for the Bears is not going to be good at all.
Yeah.
But Caleb Williams should put up some points. I might have a couple Chicago Bears on my DFS lineup here that I'm going to give you through Stochastic here in a little bit. So stay tuned for that. All right, we got the Cardinals 2-0 at the 49ers 2-0, and Mac Jones 2-0. If Bryce Purdy does not play, he's still questionable. Brock Purdy, thank you. If Brock Purdy does not play, Mac Jones, 270 plus last week, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions.
Yeah, he did really good.
Like, that was a guy whose jersey, 2 jerseys, I still have in my closet. I bought that jersey.
Yeah.
I didn't buy the last 3 years Mac Jones. I bought rookie season Mac Jones jerseys. God, it's having a good offensive coordinator, and Shanahan's one of the best, having one of the best like quarterback whispers for young quarterbacks. It makes a big difference. And I think he's going to be just fine. He may not be a starter in this league, but he's one of the better backups in this league right now.
Yeah.
Cardinals. I just keep going back to a few years ago when they actually made the playoffs and we had that idiot come into the Patriots bar. 4-0. We're 4-0.
At the beginning of the season. And
came
then
into the Patriots bar here in Scottsdale. Just
they
saying,
went
we're 4-0.
6 or 8 games without a win after that or something.
And then they backed into the playoffs and got blown out by the Rams in the first round. 4-0. All right. Congratulations. Let me know when that parade is. 4-0. Jesus Christ. All right, Sunday Night Football. The Chiefs 0-2 at the Giants 0-2. I'm going to go out on the limb here and say the Chiefs are probably going to get their first win.
Yeah. They have had such a rough start to the beginning of the season.
Yeah, but they played tough teams. I mean, you had to start the season traveling to Palo Alto.
Yeah.
I think that's how you pronounce it. You've been to Brazil.
Sao Paulo.
Yeah.
Sao Paulo, Brazil.
Very nice. You were there just a couple of years ago.
Yep, my brother was working there at the time, so went and hung out with him.
Outstanding. All right, Monday Night Football game. Only one Monday Night Football game. This is also going to be a good game. You're definitely going to watch this one. And I know who you're going to pick this one, and I'm telling you, I'm not picking them. Just letting you know, you got the Lions 1-1.
A very competitive game for them, and they definitely need to up their defense a bit.
I would love for the Lions to win this game, but I just don't see it because the Lions defense this year is terrible so far.
Yeah, it's awful. Just awful.
Then again, the Ravens, the Ravens allowed 27 points or 29 points or something like that in week 1 against the Bills in the fourth quarter.
Very true.
In the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
And that's the reason why I won money in week 1, because I had Josh Allen as my DFS quarterback. So I may just have him tonight. Stay tuned. We'll see what happens. What's next?
NFL Pick 6.
All right. So in case I didn't mention it already, I won last week. This guy for our Pick 6 competition says the S3 champion, because that's what I am. All right. You were the champion. You are not the champion. Yeah, the song doesn't go, we were the champions. Like, it doesn't go that. If you want to hear me sing more,
true story.
Listen later on for Nailed It. You'll get to hear me sing plenty more at the end of the show. It's going to be fun for Nailed It. You give first pick, my lady, because you lost last week.
Well, obviously, I'm going to pick the Bills.
You're going to take the Bills. So the way this works for anybody tuning in, all right, we pick the winner of every primetime game. So we get the Thursday night, Sunday night, Monday night, and then we get to go rogue and we get to pick 3 picks of our own. However, once that game is picked, the rogue picks, I guess we can call them, the other person cannot pick that team as a winner. So,
Right.
but you can pick the opposite team.
Yeah.
So, yeah. All right. So, who you got the Bills?
I
have the Miami, not really. I've got the Buffalo Bills 2-0. Like, this should be an easy game for them. I think they're going to embarrass Miami.
Yeah.
And I think
it's going to be ugly. That's what I'm expecting.
It's going to be the beginning of the fire Mike McDaniel. We need another quarterback. Tyrese Hill sucks. Unless they can just like go back to like 3 years ago when they actually had a good offense, there's no way in hell the Bills are losing this game.
Right.
All right, Sunday night game. Chiefs at the Giants. Am I stupid enough to take the Giants? I don't know. You get first pick.
Obviously, Chiefs. I can't conscious, even with Scatabo being on the Giants. They're not using him right yet. So,
well, I was going to say I am taking the New York Giants Cam Scatabo to score a touchdown, but I am not taking the Giants to win. I'm taking the Chiefs. I mean, come on. Anybody watching is not going to be like, I can't believe you took the Chiefs.
It would be a pretty spectacular upset if they managed to pull it off. I will give them that.
Monday Night Football.
But I have no faith. So
you have the Lions, obviously.
Yes, I have the Lions.
Because you're just die hard like that. Your love cannot be bought. Mine can. I'm taking the Ravens.
For a couple of decades now.
I'm taking the Ravens. That is true. You didn't just join on just because Goff.
I got excited because they started doing well, but they've always been my underdog team since like 2010.
More or less excited than I make you.
Less.
All right, just making sure.
We're not going to take a turn into that level of dirty.
I'll be sending hate mail to Jared Goff because my girlfriend likes him more than me. Although there may be some relationships out there, I actually do know for a fact that this one is not one of them. Sorry, not sorry. All right, so you get your first pick. Who are you looking at in the lineup? There's a lot of good picks this week.
There really are. But there's some tough ones too.
Are you taking the Cardinals to get their first?
I'll take the Packers over the Browns. Sorry, Kevin.
All right. Well, at least I'm one of the people who are loyal to our sponsors. It's okay. No problem.
Oh, are you going to take the Browns then?
No, hell no. I'm going to take the Colts over the Titans. I'm not stupid.
Hey, you're not that loyal.
No, I'm not that loyal. It's against the Packers. They've played worse teams, and they have not done very well at all. So I'm taking the Packers. Okay. I mean, I'm letting you take Packers. I'm taking the Colts. Who else you got?
Where do I want to go next? And I will take the Texans over the Jaguars. I do feel like that's a little bit of a gamble, but I will throw that.
Texans get their first win. All right. Should I take the Panthers then to get their first win? That is the question. Who else needs a first win? Who else needs a first? We've already picked the Chiefs. So
the Saints, the Bears.
No.
The Jets.
No. I guess I'm not. You know what? I will take them. I'm going to take the Panthers to get their first win this week.
Okay.
I like that defense versus the Falcons offense. I'm not sold on Michael Penix Jr.
Right.
I'm not sold on him. So I'm going to take the Panthers to get their first win this week at 0-2. They'll be 1-2 the end of this week. If they're going to win, this is probably going to be the best chance that they have, and they're at home. Who else you got?
I will take the Bucks over the Jets as my final.
I like that pick. I like that pick a lot. Nobody's taking any second half games. I am going, you know what? I'll go for the tough one. I'll take the 49ers over the Cardinals. But they're undefeated. This is the only undefeated matchup besides the Rams and the Eagles. Actually, I think the Eagles are going to win that game handily. So
it's going to be really competitive. That one, I want.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I feel like it'll be the Eagles too, but I wanted to stay clear of it because.
Yeah. I'll take that. All right. So what's next?
I got to scroll for a minute. That's what NFL DFS for Thursday night. JD's top build.
All right, real quick, sports fans, are you playing DFS this week? Don't go in blind. Stochastic gives you the best DFS tools, projections, and data to build winning lineups for NFL, NBA, MLB, and more. Check out Stochastic today and start turning picks into profits. Real quick disclaimer, the advice and opinions shared on the S3 podcast are for entertainment purposes only and are not a guarantee of winnings. Daily fantasy sports involves risk and results will vary. Please play responsibly and only wager what you can afford to lose. Must be 18 years or older to participate where legal. Launch your DFS play with Stochastic by going to coachjeffdemers.com/DFS. coachjeffdemers.com/DFS. All right, so here's my top build for tonight. I've got this guy. Maybe you heard of him, maybe you haven't. This was a gimme. He's expensive as hell at 18.6 on DraftKings.
Right.
I actually think he's a little bit more expensive on FanDuel. But I've got Josh Allen. I've got Josh Allen day in, day out. You do have to pick at least one player from the other team when you build your teams. You can't just go all Buffalo.
Right.
So I did have to pick. I actually got two Dolphins on this team. I've got Devin Achane from Miami. He's at 10.8. I've got James Cook. James Cook has been, well, cooking. No pun intended. He's been cooking. He's been getting well over 20 touches a game at least. So 10-6 for that. I've got Ty Johnson because when James Cook needs a rest, somebody needs to come in. So I've got Ty Johnson for Buffalo. I've also got Matt Prater, who a couple of weeks ago was just sitting on his freaking couch without a job.
Right. And comes in and wins a game at the last minute like that, all crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was intense.
I've got him for Buffalo at $5,000, and then I've got Malik Washington. I know what you're saying. You should have figured out a way to put in Waddle, but he's been hurt. He's not 100%.
He's not playing like himself either, I would say. He didn't even do the Waddle shuffle when he did get a touchdown.
No, I didn't see it. I don't remember seeing it. He probably did, but it
seems out of sorts this season.
All right. So I don't have Tyreek Hill, but there's a lot of value in Malik Washington, who they've already shown is going to play a part in this offense. He'll get multiple catches. He'll probably get 4 or 5 catches in the game, especially since the Bills are going to be up by so freaking much. They're gonna have to throw the ball, which is why I got Achane, because he can catch the ball out of the backfield as well. Right. And he'll be their goal line guy if by some type of a miracle they actually make it down to their own goal line. He will be that guy. All right, so I've got, again, Josh Allen, Devon Achane, James Cook, Ty Johnson, Matt Prater, and Malik Washington. That is my five. That's a $500,000 game, babe.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did not pay $500,000. That's actually $15 to get in on that $500,000. So that's actually not a bad deal.
All right.
It's actually that's less than what you have spent on Powerball this year.
I don't know about that, but close. It was close.
Yeah. All right, I do have a build for you for Sunday. This is the early build. Now, listen, when I give these builds, check their statuses about 15 to 30 minutes before the game starts. Right. All right, because you don't know who's hurt, who's in,
you got to catch those last-minute announcements that they make.
But as of the latest simulations on Stochastic, this is the best team for the most points. I've got Caleb Williams for Chicago at quarterback at a very cheap $5,600 going up against Dallas's defense, who since they got rid of Micah have not been playing very well. Their offenses look decent. Their defense is allowing a lot of yards. So Caleb Williams there. Running back, I've got Jordan Mason in Minnesota because their starting running back is out. He is hurt. So I've got the number 2 guy who actually looked more like a number 1 guy when their number 1 wasn't hurt. So I think Mason's going to do very well. I've also got this guy, maybe you've heard of him, by the name of Christian freaking McCaffrey in San Francisco. He's going up against the Cardinals defense that hasn't, they're 2-0, but they can definitely be run on for that defense. So I've got Christian McCaffrey at $8,200. I've got DJ Moore for Chicago. Look, when you do this, when you do these teams, you want to try and stack 2 to 3, maybe even 4 players on the same team. So DJ Moore, because that way when DJ Moore gets touchdown, you also get points from the guy who threw the ball to him. So you basically double up on your points when you do that, right? So
Right.
you want to do a pretty decent stack there. Also, we already mentioned him, Jackson Smith and Jigba. He's getting up there in price. People are starting to know his name. More importantly, they're knowing how to pronounce his name. Once that happens,
they've made it big. If people could say the name, they've made it big.
I know his brother Kanan actually pretty well. I met him out here in fall ball. We became pretty good friends. So I learned up from day one how to pronounce his name.
Right.
And he corrected me easily when I said it wrong the first time, and that was the last time I said it wrong. All right. Shout out to Kanan out there up in Seattle. All right. Wide receiver Garrett Wilson for the New York Jets. This is the only one that I disagree with.
Yeah.
On the entire lineup. The simulations say he's a good fit. He'll get plenty of points.
He needs to be traded, not for the sake of the Jets, but for the sake of him as a player.
Yeah, he's on a sucky team.
Player. He's like the only player on their team worth a damn.
If he was on the Bills and he had Allen throw to him, he'd have 130 yards and 2 touchdowns every game.
They'd be unstoppable. They'd be unstoppable. I would like him on the Patriots in a perfect world, but that's a whole other.
I don't know. I will okay that move. I'm okay with Jets players becoming Patriots. I'm not okay with Patriots players becoming Jets.
Right.
Or Giants, or Dolphins, or Bills. Or Steelers. There's a whole list. There's a whole list on that. At tight end, I've got Trey McBride right here in the Valley. He is and will continue to be a top 2 to 3 tight end in this league for the foreseeable future, maybe even the rest of his career. He is outstanding. So I'll be cheering him on when we watch that game on a Sunday afternoon. Flex, I've got Ferguson for Dallas, tight end. Jake Ferguson, I believe is his name. He was a cheap $4,000. Again, that Bears defense, no bueno, not very good. So I had to have at least one Dallas guy in there, and I believe Jake Ferguson that gives us the best lineup. Now, this is a part where I wish I could disagree with it, and I hope I'm wrong, and I hope the simulations are wrong, but I got the Steelers defense.
Right.
At $2,800, they were cheap. They were probably the 8th or 9th best defense or most expensive defense on the list. They're going into New England. They're going into Foxborough. I hope I'm wrong. But again, if they win, I'll buy a Steelers jersey. Absolutely. If we win because of that defense, I'll buy a Steelers jersey. Absolutely. $500,000, I could afford a few Steelers jerseys all the way back to like 1970. Absolutely. All right, what's next?
Start 'em, sit 'em. NFL.
All right, there's no stats here. Just my personal beliefs. Start 'em. Let's start with 3 quarterbacks. I've got 3 from every position for start 'em and sit 'em. Quarterbacks, Caleb Williams. Start 'em at going up against the Cowboys' terrible defense. Start Drake May. Start Drake May.
Yeah.
Because I think he will either have 2 to 3 touchdowns. But I think the Steelers defense will still be in the positive on this one. So I'm going to start them too, but we'll get to them in a second. Also start Sam Darnold, throwing the ball to our buddy, our friend, Jackson Smith and Jigba up there in Seattle. Start Sam Darnold. Running back, start Bucky Irving for Tampa Bay. Start Jonathan Taylor Thomas in Indianapolis. And start Chase Brown in Cincinnati. Chase Brown has been a start for me since week 1. It's only been 2 weeks. But start him. Start him until I say not to start him. Because that offense is going to get down to the goal line quite often this season. Even with Browning as their quarterback right now, they're still going to put up points. Wide receivers, CeeDee Lamb for Dallas going up against Chicago. Nico Collins for Houston. Start him, and I've got DK Metcalf I'm not sold. Gonzalez isn't playing, and I don't think he is. DK Metcalf is going to have a good day against the Patriots for Pittsburgh. That does not spell well for New England fans. At tight end, start Kyle Pitts going up against Jacksonville in Atlanta. Start Cade Otton for Tampa Bay, and start, even though he's going up against a tough defense, this man continues to get his fantasy points. It was the same thing last year. Yeah. Regardless of how tough the defense was, I've got Tucker Kraft for Green Bay. Start him. Defense. Speaking of Green Bay, start the Packers at Mr. Kevin Moore's Cleveland Browns. Start the Indianapolis Colts at Tennessee defense, and start the Steelers defense at New England. All right, sit them. Here we go, right here in the Valley. Sit Kyler Murray's ass down at San Francisco. He will throw at least one interception this weekend. As a matter of fact, if you want to put that on a bet, go ahead and bet that. He will throw at least one. Matthew Stafford at Philly. Sit him down this weekend. Sit Michael Penix Jr. at Carolina, because Carolina's going to get their first win this week because I picked it. Sit A.J. Brown against the Rams. Actually, we didn't do running backs.
You skipped running backs,
That's right. Let's go through the wide receivers real quick. Sit A.J. Brown against the Rams. Sit Garrett Wilson. This is where me and the simulations don't agree.
Differ a bit, yeah.
If you can find a suitable wide receiver for your simulations, I would say pick him up, but the simulations say start him. I'm saying sit him. All right. Sit Drake London at Carolina because, in case you haven't heard it, the Carolina Panthers are going to get their first win of the season this weekend. All right. Tight ends. I'll go back to running backs in a second. Zach Ertz. Sit him against Vegas. Brenton Strange for Jacksonville. Sit him against Houston. And Jatavion Sanders. Sit him against Atlanta. Let's do running backs. Sit Ashton Genty. He's shown some flash here and there, but he has not shown enough to say he should be a 1.
Right.
So sit Ashton Genty at Washington. Sit Chuba Hubbard versus Atlanta, and sit J.K. Dobbins at the Chargers. Let's talk about defense real quick. Sit the Broncos at the Chargers. Sit the Texans defense at Jacksonville. And, oh, by the way, sit the Rams defense, even though both teams are 2-0, sit the Rams defense at Philly. All right.
All right.
What's next?
College football top 25 matchups for week 4.
There's a few matchups in this one. I'm going to go over them real quick. We got a Big 12 matchup kicking off at 9 a.m. on Fox, 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time out here on the West Coast. You got number 17, Texas Tech, who's 3-0, at number 16, Utah, 3-0. I love this game. Utah's favored -3.5. The over-under is 56.5. I will take Texas Tech plus 3.5. I'm taking Texas Tech plus 3.5. The over-under, I'm not touching. Yeah, I don't think they'll put up that many points. All right. The SEC matchup of the weekend, apparently, 22 Auburn, 3-0 at number 11, Oklahoma, also 3-0. OU is favored -7.5. The over-under is 47.5. I hate spreads that are more than 6 points.
Yes.
I hate it.
Yes.
So I'm taking Oklahoma at home. I can't take Auburn just yet. I'm taking Oklahoma plus or -7.5 on that. I easily take them on the money line, but I don't think you're going to get that much of a return for them. Being at home, it's almost an 8-point underdog. They're definitely going to win unless there's an upset. But I'll take Oklahoma -7.5. 4:30 p.m. on the ESPNU. You got number 9, Illinois, 3-0 at number 19, Indiana, also 3-0. Illinois is favored -6.5. I like Indiana plus 6.5 in this game. I like Indiana. So we'll do that. Go Hoosiers. All right. Other notable games that we're watching, well, we got a couple. We got the 4:30 kickoff on Fox. Arizona State 2-1 at Baylor 2-1. Baylor is favored -2.5. Over/under is 59.5. I actually like Baylor in this one. -2.5. It's going to be a tough matchup for Arizona State. I understand Arizona State has 2 wins already this year. They're 2-1, but they were against terrible teams. Baylor's actually a pretty good team. I'm taking Baylor -2.5. If Arizona State can pull this off, that'd be great. Maybe they'll get back inside the top 25. But that's right now. I'm taking Baylor to defeat Arizona State by 3 or more. We'll see what happens. I'm going to be watching that game, though. Early on Saturday, you got North Texas 3-0 at Army 1-1. I would love to come out and say that Army's going to win this one, and they just might. But I think North Texas is a pretty good team this year, and I'm going to take them -1.5. I'm going to take that -1.5. All right, what's next?
We back the D-backs.
Yes, we still do. It's unbelievable. We've been talking about them all year. I have covered them live for Sports Media X. Over 40 games. Actually, it was a total of 40 games that I covered them. It didn't really seem like that many.
It didn't.
But part-time was basically about half the season. Yeah.
I would have gone 40.
All right. Yeah, we did a total of 40. Outstanding. All right. So there's a lot to go over on this. I'm going to speed through this. You're going to have questions. I'm not going to answer them. And then we'll move on. So here we go. The Diamondbacks currently at 77-76 currently sit just 1.5 freaking games back of the last spot in the NL wild card, currently being held by the New York Mets. They have just 9 games remaining on the season. They just took 2 of 3 from the Giants, who are also a half a game back behind them in the standings. They will take on the first place team in the NL West this weekend, the Philadelphia Phillies, who have already secured their division title. They also trail the Phillies, trail Milwaukee for that number 1 seed in the National League by 2.5 games. I went through everything that they did, the teams they played, the teams that they play, and I'm trying to find a loophole where somebody's going to sit their starters. Let me run through all of this. So the Phillies not going to sit their starters most likely because they're only 2.5 games back of the number 1 seed in the National League. They're also 8-2 in their last 10 games, so they're playing very well.
Yeah.
Arizona has 3 really hard series that they need to win to have a shot at the playoffs. They have 3 games this weekend at Chase Field against Philly. They have 3 more games at Chase Field starting on Tuesday against the Dodgers, and then they head out on the road for 3 games in San Diego. Here's the breakdown. The Dodgers are still fighting San Diego, who are only 2 games back for the NL West title. And the Padres currently hold the number 2 wild card spot, 5 games behind the Cubs and 5 games up on the Mets. Now, San Diego has 1 more game today against the Mets before they head to Chicago to take on the White Sox. They have the Brewers and Diamondbacks remaining after. Hopefully, the Brewers can just beat them down, and San Diego can just give up on not on the wild card because they pretty much got that because they have a 5-game lead.
Right.
But like San Diego needs to quit for that last series.
Right.
That to happen. All right. The Dodgers have 4 games at home against San Francisco, who's also going for that final wild card spot before finishing the season at Arizona and Seattle. Seattle is currently tied with the Red Sox for second in the wild card. They are also just 2.5 games up on Cleveland, sitting in 4th for the wild card. So Seattle should definitely be trying.
Yeah, it's a tight race this year.
All teams, except the White Sox, still have something to play for with just over a week left in the regular season.
That's like neck and neck levels. It's usually a pretty big gap somewhere in there.
Yeah.
You don't go so many teams down the line with like
this is like running the gauntlet for your life.
It is.
These last 9 games, if they can go
Intense.
8-1, I would be, that might just get them in. But wow, they need help. They need some friggin' help, including the Mets losing today. And I believe that game's already been played, but I don't want to look. Because I don't want to end this pissed off if they won. So
Right.
I'm not even going to look at the comments. Not even going to look at the comments. I shouldn't even have said that. What's next?
Mercury rising.
All right. So the Phoenix Mercury escaped elimination last night with their dominating win against the New York Liberty on the road, 86-60.
Nice job, ladies.
They will return home tomorrow night to see which team moves on to the semifinal round.
All
Tonight,
right.
the WNBA playoffs continue with a pair of elimination games between Indiana, who is on the road at Atlanta, and Seattle, who is on the road at Vegas. I would be shocked if Vegas loses tonight.
Yeah.
Like, that would be like the upset of upsets. That would be a bigger, or I can't say a bigger upset, but that would be a pretty big upset going back to the 04 Red Sox taking down the Yankees after dropping the first 3 games of the series.
Right.
That's a level of upset I would see if the
the
Las
Aces-
Vegas. I'm not even talking about the Aces winning it all. They still have to work
just
for that.
Specifically tonight's game.
But for them to lose and get kicked out in the
Or
first round
next
would be
game, I
a
should say.
shock, but it's definitely possible.
Right.
Tonight
Sports.
and tomorrow night's game will set up the start of the WNBA semifinals on Sunday afternoon. Minnesota is the only team to lock in their spot after taking down Golden State 2-0.
All right.
All right. What's next?
NASCAR weekend at New Hampshire.
This is the perfect time for me to start slurring my words because I have a book to read to you that NASCAR sent me. Let's start with the schedule. NASCAR Cup Series. Next race, Mobile 1 301. That's the name of it. Mobile 1
Mobile
301.
301.
The place is the New Hampshire Motor Speedway. The track length, 1.058 mile asphalt oval. The date, Sunday, September 21st. The time, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The purse, $9.797 million. You can watch on USA at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can listen on Radio PRN or Sirius XM NASCAR Channel 90. The distance, 318.46 miles. That is 301 laps. Stage 1 ends on lap 70. Stage 2 ends on lap 185. And the final stage ends on lap 301. The Xfinity Series is off next week. They'll be at Kansas Speedway on the 27th. Let's jump into the Craftsman Truck Series.
Okay.
Next race, Team EJP 175. Wow, they stretch with some of these names.
Yeah.
The place,
A little bit.
New Hampshire Motor Speedway. We already know that. The purse, $782,900. That'll kick off Saturday, September 20th at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can watch on FS1 or listen on Radio NRN or Sirius XM NASCAR Channel 90. Distance 185.15 miles. That is 175 laps. Stage 1 ends on lap 55. Stage 2 ends on lap 110. And the final stage ends on lap 175. NASCAR Cup Series notes. Here we go.
Here we go.
This weekend marks the 58th running of a NASCAR Cup Series race at New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Wow, 58th. I didn't know that. New Hampshire hosted one race annually between 1993 and 96, then 2 races per year between 97 and 2017 before returning to one race in 2018. This is the 15th time New Hampshire hosted a playoff race, but it is the first race since 2017. The track hosted the opening round of the playoffs between 2004 and 2010 and was the second race in the round of 16 between 2004 and 2017. New Hampshire Motor Speedway is one of 8 different tracks to host the 4th race of the NASCAR Cup Series playoffs alongside Talladega, the Auto Club Speedway, which no longer exists, Charlotte Motor Speedway, Dover Motor Speedway, Las Vegas Motor Speedway, Texas Motor Speedway, and Kansas Speedway. Total of 17 different drivers have won the 4th race in the NASCAR Cup Series playoffs. These are stupid notes. NASCAR Hall of Famer Jimmy Johnson leads the series in victories in the 4th race of the playoffs with 3 postseason wins. 09, 2011, 2016. Joey Logano leads all active drivers with 2 wins in 14 and 15. 10 different drivers have won the last 10 playoff round of 12 openers, 2015, 2024. 4 times a non-playoff driver has won the 4th race in the NASCAR Cup Series playoffs.
This really reads like this could just be anybody's race. There's none of those standards. Like the last race, it was like 2 guys that always won.
5 drivers earned their first Cup race at New Hampshire, most recently Joey Logano in June of 2009. The driver starting first won once in the last 20 New Hampshire Cup races. That being the one guy that needs a freaking win, Mr. Kyle Busch in 2017. That being September of 2017. Chevrolet leads all makes with 19 wins in New Hampshire, but won only one of the last 18 races there.
Wow.
Jesus, they're just crushing my soul with these.
New Hampshire Bell is won 2 of the last 3 New Hampshire races. Now there's a
stat for you, but he's a Toyota guy.
2 out of 3.
We're a Chevy family or a GMC, depending on which way we go with our
Bell's
next vehicle.
a little sneaker when it comes to wins, so.
Only 5 entered drivers are New Hampshire Cup winners. That's Kyle Busch with 3, Denny Hamlin with 3, Joey Logano with 2, Brad Keselowski with 2, and Christopher Bell, with 2. Joe Gibbs Racing had at least 1 car finished in the top 2 in the last 13 races at New Hampshire. So, all right, Christopher Bell's either going to win or he's going to finish second. That is the longest streak by a team ever at any track in the Cup.
Crazy.
The last 8 races of 2025 were won by 8 different drivers. That's actually pretty cool. Chase Briscoe, Ryan Blaney, and Denny Hamlin lead all drivers in 2025 with 12 top 5 finishes. Briscoe is he's driving his ass off. I got to love him.
Yeah.
Ryan Blaney, Ryan frickin' Blaney, Kyle Larson, and Christopher Bell lead all drivers in 2025 with 16 top 10 finishes. The driver leading the most laps won 5 of the last 7 races of 2025. Toyota led 78% of the laps in 2025 playoffs and won all 3 races. Chevrolet only has 2 top 5 races in these playoffs. All 12 drivers to advance to the round of 12 have made it to the round of 12 prior. 9 of the 12 have raced in the championship 4. So it should be pretty good.
I think we're safe to skip to the trucks if you want to.
Yeah, let's do that because
there's almost as much again as you've already said.
All right, so let's go to the Truck Series notes. This week marks the 21st running of a NASCAR Cruft Series. Craftsman Truck Series race. And look, there's almost 5% alcohol in this one beer. 5%, pretty much.
German beer is much stronger than what your average American beer is.
It's actually a really good beer. It's a really good beer. It's a real easy drink, but it does hit you after about 30 minutes or so. So, all right. New Hampshire held 1 Truck Series race annually every year between 96 and 11, then again from 2014 to 2017. 2025 is the 10th season of playoffs in the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series. Craftsman Truck Series. New Hampshire serves as the 3rd track of the 7-race NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series playoffs and the elimination race of the round of 10. That being Darlington, Bristol, and New Hampshire. 2 drivers will be eliminated after this weekend. NCTS race stages at New Hampshire, 55, 110, 175. This is the 3rd playoff race at New Hampshire. It was previously in the playoffs in 2016 and 2017, both times serving as the opening race of the postseason. Corey Heim. This is the Corey Heim section for all you lovers out there. We're not doing Xfinity this weekend, so we don't have
Connor Zilic.
No Connor Zilic this weekend. All right, we do not have a Connor Zilic segment. All right, but we do have a Corey Heim segment. Here we go.
Corey Heim segment.
Corey Heim and Lane Riggs have won the last 7 races. The last race not won by either driver was Michigan on June 7th, that being Stuart Friesen.
Crazy.
No 2 drivers have won 8 straight races in Truck Series history. Corey Heim is 1 win away from tying Greg Biffle for most wins in a single season. That being, I'm guessing it's 89 to 1999. Corey Haim is 219 laps led away from tying the all-time single-season laps led record, that being Mike Skinner, 1,533 laps in 1996. Do the math yourself. I'm not doing that. Corey Haim with 187 and Lane Riggs with the 181 have led 368 of 397 laps in the playoffs so far. Corey Haim, in case you haven't heard of him, has led 21 consecutive races, the longest streak in Truck Series history.
Very cool.
That concludes the Corey Haim. No, wait a minute, I've got more. Corey Haim has held the points lead in the Truck Series for the last 16 consecutive races, dating back to Homestead, Miami, back in March 21st of 2025. Corey Haim has earned 6 Xfinity Fastest Lap Awards this season. The next highest driver has 2.
Nice.
The following 2 drivers have actually clinched a spot in the 8-driver field of the next round, that being Lane Riggs and
Corey Haim.
That'd be Corey. Wow, what a lucky guess. That'd be Corey Haim. All right.
Crazy.
What's next? What's last?
Nailed it.
All right. Wow, you stuck with us this whole way, and now I get to reward you for saying, hey, you get to hear me sing my awesomeness through the airwaves. And Lady M. So basically what happens is I will sing lyrics to 4 different classic rock songs. I will let you know how many verses at the beginning. The goal for you is to get 3 total points to win. You get a half point for the artist and a half point for the song title. You do have 1 pass that is worth a full point, but you cannot win on a pass.
Yeah.
You must wait for my awesomeness to complete, recognized by the words nailed it, before you give an answer. Are you ready?
Yep.
All right. Final swig. Here we go. Song number 1. We're leaving together, but still it's a farewell. And maybe we'll come back to Earth. Who can tell? I guess there is no one to blame. We're leaving ground, leaving ground. Will things ever be the same again? Ah, nailed it. Who you got? Artist or pass?
Pass.
You're passing.
I got literally nothing.
What was the song that your nephew Noah talked about? Because the clock was counting down.
It's the final countdown. It was Damien, not Noah. That was obsessed with that. But yes,
Well,
I understood where you were going with it. I don't know who sings that now that I think about it, though.
So you use your pass on that one. All right. Yeah. Final countdown by, you don't know who the artist is? It's their only really good song.
Yeah.
Europe is the answer we were looking for, but you still get a full point because you passed. Now you must get 2 more points over the next 3 songs. Here we go. 1 verse on this one. Born down in a dead man's town. The first kick I took was when I hit the ground. End up like a dog that's been beat too much till you spend half your life just to cover it up now. Nailed it.
Born in the USA.
Also nailed it.
Bruce Springsteen.
That is correct. Hold on.
Yeah. I did it.
That is a full point right there. You have 2 points. Can you win it on this one?
Oh, God.
2 verses on this song.
Okay.
You should get this one. You should totally get this one. I can't remember anything. Can't tell if this is true or a dream. Deep down inside, I feel the scream. This terrible silence stops me. Now that the war is through with me, I'm waking up, I cannot see that there's not much left of me. Nothing is real but pain now. Hold my breath as I wish for death. Oh, please, God, wake me.
Metallica.
What's the name of the song?
Nothing Else Matters is what I had in my head first, but I feel like I strayed.
That name of the song is not even mentioned in the song.
I probably don't know it then.
One. It was the video that absolutely blew my freaking mind, because when that video came out, everything was like 80s, bright colored, all this stuff on MTV. And then they came out with a black and white freaking video for One. And it blew my mind. I became huge fans of Metallica at that point.
Yeah.
As soon as I saw that, I was like, this is awesome. Black and white is great. It was cool. All right, so you got a half point. So you need a half point on this final song, which I will tell you is not an easy song. All right, here we go.
Okay.
2 verses. You get a shiver in the dark. It's raining in the park. But meantime, south of the river, you stop and you hold everything. A band is blowing Dixie. Double 4 time. You feel all right when you hear the music ring. Well, now you step inside, but you don't see too many faces. Coming out of the rain, they hear the jazz go down. Competition in other places. But the horns, they're blowing that sound. Way on down south. Way on down south, London town. What you need either the title or you need the band. I'm not giving any clues at all in this. You already used your pass. You can't win on a pass anyway.
I know the song. It's on my playlist. I never remember who sings it.
Great song. The guitar in this song is amazing. I love the guitar.
It reminds me of my dad. It's the kind of music he liked.
Your dad had great taste in music.
The guy and this is not my guess for the artist. The guy sounds like Bob Dylan the way that he talks in the song. It always reminds me of that accent.
Yeah,
a little bit.
Shelby. I don't even know what song that was, but that was Dylan.
Down south and
in 5,
Yeah,
4, 3, 2,
so close.
1. That is Dire Straits.
Yeah.
The Sultan of Swing. One of the biggest hits.
Yeah.
Next to like song. Money for Nothing and a few hours. I Want My MTV. Actually, that was Money for Nothing. The Walk of Life. It's another great song for this. As you do the walk. You do the walk of life. Yeah, you do the walk of life. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you want to cover live sports like I do, as I'll be back in the press box as soon as Arizona State comes off the road after defeating, hopefully, Baylor and getting back into the top 25, whether it's sitting courtside, standing on the sideline, or getting credentials to cover your favorite team like I do. It all starts with the right game plan. Join our free Sports Media X webinar and learn how to build your own sports media business, get behind-the-scenes access, and turn your passion into press credentials. Register now at coachjeffdemers.com/SMX. That's coachjeffdemers.com/SMX. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook for the S3 podcast and Sports Media X. And also make sure you follow myself. Hey, look, I drank the whole thing pretty much. I'm going to finish it off here in a second. And also follow myself at SmartSide because I'm wicked freaking smart. That's SMAAHTSIDE. And follow Lady M. It's Lady M. At Lady M_S3 on X. Don't forget, we are now on Twitch at JD
at the S3.
Yeah. You can also go watch the replay, JD at the S3 on Twitch. We just launched tonight, told nobody. So we expect nobody to have seen it. You can be the first. Go watch it. Leave a comment. Tell us we suck. We don't care. Be nice. Be dicks. We don't care, really. If you don't have haters, you are not trying hard enough. So we welcome all the haters as well. Once again, shout out to our main sponsor, Mr. Kevin Moore over at Liberty Buick. You are awesome. Your team really sucks, but you, sir, our phenomenal, great guy, great American. God bless. Lady M, what's the final words?
Keep loving sports.
That's the show for now. Shout out to the most badass military in the world and the toughest f***ing veterans to ever walk the planet. And as always, all you haters.